Good afternoon, everyone. This is Saeed for another video for the Champions League football fantasy picks and insight and tips. And for this video, I will be sharing my selection for this week, and also I will be sharing my tips and insight about the Limitless Cup. As you can check in my previous video. Still didn't decide yet. Especially I still have a good fixture, but what I'm trying to say, I still didn't decide yet if I will go with the limitless for week 3 or week 4. And again, if you can check my video, you can see why I think week 3 and week 4 is the best to activate your limitless. But also, I will provide a bit of some tips. That's a reminder why I will leave the wild card for later. To start with, I want to say that I'm really happy with my fixture so far. I think I had 2 outstanding match day, 1 and 2. 1 was like amazing. 2 was especially amazing because I didn't activate my limitless. So I feel really in a strong position, and I'm planning to keep on this nice trend. Without further ado, we go to match day 3. And so for my fixture, here I'm gonna put the date just to show that whoever is in week 19 is already on the lineup. It's very important to make sure that you have, you don't have more player that when you need in a specific day. Also, let's see here. Let's put here the total point and see who can be, who I should be targeting. Especially for player that really the cost kind of good money. So, for example, if we look to Pogba, 4 points. I think a bit so far the start of the Champions League is disappointing, and I kind of understand. Manchester United doesn't really seems to be balanced, especially since Ronaldo joined the team, and it seems like there's some question about from the coach to how a bit make Manchester City. That's what he said in his conference with the media today. So he's mostly looking at making Manchester United a bit more balanced. And when I look at that, I see it's mostly giving less offensive role to Pogba in a way that he might be a little bit finding himself a bit far from where things happening near the the danger area, or I won't be surprised if even Pogba sit on the bench. With that being said, 4 points in two game mean like it was absolutely no assist, no ball recovering. So I think that's really time for me now to get rid of Pogba. So I'm gonna rid rid of Pogba. In the same time, for Fred, it has this doubtful, but there's nothing to worry about. So Fred, the main reason he's doubtful is like he didn't play in the Premier League last weekend, but because he played with the Brazilian team, and also the last game they played like Thursday, very late, especially for European time, and then like he had one day to recover. But now he's ready to go, as we can see here on the Manchester News that's saying that Fred and Anderson Cavani should also be available as their South American World Cup qualifying commitment was over. So that's good news for me. At least I don't have to worry about Fred, especially that he doesn't cost me that much, and most likely he's gonna end up on my bench, which is fine. The good thing I like about it is that he is playing the second day, so I mean, not a good news. I would probably rather if he's playing his first day, then I can, try him and see what he has. But anyways, if anyone that I choose that kind of disappointing, then I can try him in the next. I mean, I can try him the next day. Okay, so as I said, I will get rid of Pogba. Now, the other one was like doubtful is Rudiger. And from the news received today, he looks like he's back to training. And with that being said, if Rudiger is back to training, I mean, he's going to be on the lineup. He's the most nailed with the Azpilicueta is the most stable defender in Chelsea lineup. Also, he didn't play last weekend, so he got almost, I would say, 2 weeks rest, and it seems like he doesn't have any issue. He had like some, I think, minor injury on his back, and he looks like he's good. So I think Rudiger is worth keeping him. I'm gonna take the chance to keep him, and I would have another extra day from now until tomorrow or until Wednesday to kind of see his status, and then if he's ready to play, most likely I'm gonna get him in the lineup, depending on how the other defender do in the first day. My concern is Alonso. I feel like Chilwell now played 2 games in a row plus halftime in the Champions League, the last game, and I think he's doing amazing. And anyways, Chilwell was always the first choice of Tuchel of Chelsea. Last year he was one of the best player. Just like the injury, Alonso was good, and as usual, Alonso started really strong. And after this kind of, especially when the game started to be very defensive and very very hard. So he started to lose a bit of land to Chilwell. So I'm gonna go with Chilwell. Well, not gonna go with Chilwell. Sorry, but I would get rid of Alonso. I will see. Chilwell is for the Limitless. If we go for the Limitless, I will go with Chilwell. But for sure, I want to get rid of Pogba and Alonso. Now, if we look, I have what 13.5 million, and that's how I'm planning to use it. So tomorrow, Manchester City is playing the first game, which means the earliest game, which means I can wait until to see the lineup. Let's see here, just a reminder a bit of the match games. So you can see here, you have Manchester City playing Bruges at really early stage. So we will already know what's the lineup. So that's why I will be targeting Manchester City. Obviously, I cannot go with De Bruyne because he's expensive. Let's see here, if I go with a midfield and then I go here to Manchester City, we can go with the total point. You have Grealish, you have Mahrez. Grealish, he played all the games so far. He's really stable. De Bruyne, now he's got his normal situation. He's gonna play all the time. As I said, he's really expensive. To be honest, for me, obviously I'm gonna wait until tomorrow. If I see Foden is on the line in the lineup, I'm gonna go with Foden. I think he's really amazing. Don't forget that last year he was almost like top scorer. Like he was really scoring a lot of goals, especially the second half of the league. Grealish is a good one too. But I think Foden is most creating most creating most really chances, and also cheaper. So I will go with Foden. And now I have a 5.5. So let's see if we have anything for defender for Manchester City. So for the defender, if it looks like now we're a lot talking about Zinchenko playing now compared to Cancelo. So if I have tomorrow, if I see that Zinchenko is playing, I'm gonna go with Zinchenko. If not, if Laporte is playing, I'm gonna go with Laporte. So it's either Laporte or Zinchenko. Also, I might go with Stone. I would be a bit hesitating because he didn't play that much lately against his 0 point. Not only 0 point, but he didn't play at all. So it's mainly I'm gonna go with Zinchenko or even Wildcard or Laporte, depending really how I see. I'm most likely would go with Zinchenko if he plays. If not, I would go with Laporte if he plays, because like then I can save 0.5 million, which can be helpful in another day game. If not, if none of them are playing or there's any concern, I might go with Sevilla. So Sevilla are playing Lille, and we know that really Lille they don't really have good attack. They didn't generate a lot of attack, and he didn't really score a lot of goals. They're kind of a really very less than average team. So I predict that Sevilla will have the clean sheet, and Conde is the most stable nailed defender. So this is how I'm gonna look my lineup for tomorrow. So mainly I'm gonna wait until tomorrow to see the lineup. If Foden is playing, I will go with Foden. If any, as I said, Zinchenko or any defender that like I'm not concerned and he's like on the lineup for Manchester City, I will go with that. And again, my plan is to do the Limitless the following week. So I'm really very comfortable to choose players that they're playing today or they are playing, they're going to be the lineup, because I'm going to go with the Limitless anyways. And anyways, I'm only changing 2 players. And probably after the Limitless, I will go with the wild card in game 5. So I'm not concerned. As long as they play, I'm fine with that. Okay, so that's really my lineup and the change I'm gonna do. I hope if anyone who has similar, for the people who are watching my videos, they have similar lineup. I hope this can be helpful to go with some changes. I'm not really planning to touch the premium forward. I think Lukaku, he's still a good premium forward. Obviously, he didn't score lately, but he has a nice fixture against Malmo. Messi, he's playing home against Leipzig, which is a nice fixture. And Messi usually playing home, he deliver better. And Lewandowski is Lewandowski, and he's the best forward so far. I could do some changes here for the attack. Like I probably might I could go with Bumpy, I could go with Haaland, but I just like it's not worth really wasting a change for changing from premium to premium, knowing that they all have good fixture. And yeah, so let's go now to the Limitless. So before I go to the Limitless, just a reminder, again, I can leave the previous video in the comment. So the idea here is the wild card, you try, unless you really have a bad fixture. And even if you have a bad fixture now, go with the Limitless. Go with the Limitless, and just like, give you an extra time to see maybe your fixture will start to look good. So go with the fixture. It's still go with the Limitless. It's still a good week to do the Limitless. There are a lot of nice and easy fixture. You have Manchester City playing earlier, so you can retarget their best player that are playing. You can target the, their goalie, the goalkeeper. So I would say, Wilder, please, the wild card, leave it for game 5 and game 6, because there are a lot of team that they will be already qualifying, and then it will be hard to predict who is playing. So the wild card, leave it for later to see, who are the team or the player that the game don't matter, and then you can go based on that. So what I was saying is, the wild card, leave it for game 5 or 6, limitless, either you do it this week or the next week. Preferably, I would go with the next week. Why? So it's gonna be the same fixture the following week. The only difference now is gonna be, for example, Manchester City will be hosting, Sporting Lisbon will be hosting, Real Madrid will be hosting. So that's the difference. For example, if you look at Real Madrid, you cannot say it's an easy fixture. Even Madrid are really favorite to win. They are due to do really good reaction, but still it's not a home. They're not playing home. So if we look here, if we wait until game 4, Manchester City will be hosting. Real Madrid will be hosting. PSG, they will be at Leipzig, but still, PSG are dangerous when they play. Also, when they play away, and you have also Liverpool hosting. That can really give some nice idea about maybe playing Alexander Trent. At least you will be thinking of, okay, you're playing the Anfield, it's very hard. Versus now, anyways, this game is very difficult, but at least when you play at Anfield, you will be more willing to use Salah in the lineup. Same thing, you will have now Dortmund receiving Ajax, so now it will be more comfortable to go with Haaland. You might even go add more Meunier. You can add the defender Meunier, and you can see here Barcelona. It's hard to predict, but then you will have Wolfsburg receiving, so that's also will give you some ideas. Bayern München especially receiving, that would be really important. Sevilla receiving, Lille. Manchester United away, they play very good. Atalanta, usually they play better on the road. You will have Villarreal receiving, you have Juventus receiving if you want to go with the Chiesa or anything. So again here, my first choice is to leave the limitless, to leave it for the following week. But if you decide to go with this week because you feel like you're a little bit behind or you're a bit nervous and you want to just create some advantage, it's not going to be a big problem. As you can see, it's the same fixture. And in the Champions League, it doesn't really matter that much playing home, playing away. Like not the same as, Premier League or like the other league. So with that being said, if you want to go with the limitless, here's my strategy. If I'm going with the limitless tomorrow, my strategy is choose the nice and easy fixture with really the team that really doing great and just go with their power, let's say power players. And also think of price. They have price for a reason. So we'll look at the price, look at how many points they did, and a bit look at, how depending who's the team they are playing. Obviously, you don't worry here about minus 23.8 million because I'm not activated limitless yet. So don't worry about it because it's limitless. So Bayern München is something really to consider. So in this case, Lewandowski, let me a bit put the total point, or let's say at least let's go now with the price. So Lewandowski, Sani, and Kimmich, they are one of the most expensive, and at the same time, they deliver. Sani is really I think he's about 23 points. Kimmich, he's a defender and fantasy, but he's in middle field, and he does corner. Sometimes he does even fouls, and he can score. So I don't really need to spend time to convince you about Kimmich. So that's what I'm gonna choose for Bayern München. Again, Manchester City are playing. So that's really the only problem with Manchester City is it's hard to predict what Guardiola will put on the lineup. Now they're going to play early, so that's a very good advantage. You will know already who is playing, and you can go with their power player. For me, for Manchester City, De Bruyne now, he got this 4 to 3 games under his belt, and then he's ready, and he's the most important player. So he's a premium. If anyone who forgot, he's a premier player, and now I think he's on the way to just take his normal position as the most important player in Manchester City. Foden, he's the most how to say. He's very direct at playing. If he plays, he's always go to the goal, and he's very active. And Guardiola likes him a lot, and he play a lot on him. I remember that Manchester City doesn't have a striker. You can tell that the striker role is divided between Foden and De Bruyne. Even when Jesus play, those are really the two real striker. And Cancelo, if he plays, I would go with Cancelo 100%. If he doesn't play, now it's a limitless card. I might go with Diaz. I might go with someone who I'm sure he's gonna play the full game, and I predict him gonna be a clean sheet. So Diaz most likely will replace, not really Shevchenko, because he might play only one. He might play only the first half. But yeah, either Shevchenko or Diaz. I didn't really decide it yet. Now you have Manchester City. You have what is the next easy thing? It's PSG. PSG, they are playing home. They are playing in Leipzig. Leipzig, they lost 6-3 to Manchester City. I think also in the other game was like a high scoring, or even they lost to Bruges, and I think they are not really how to say it. They are not a good defending team. So in this case, I still am gonna go only with two. PSG is mainly the forward. You have Mbappe, you have Messi, and you have Neymar. And unfortunately, you can only choose one because you have other good player. I'm gonna go with Mbappe. He's I'm not really it's really almost sad to say that, but he's the number one player in PSG, not Messi. Mbappe is the power of PSG. He's the number one player. He had the physique, the youth. He's really fast, and he scores. Messi, he's still like trying to find himself, but still, like Mbappe can play at high level, high pace, and he scores. He's really good. So I'm gonna go with Mbappe, and in defense, Hakimi. Hakimi, he's really good. Either if they play 3-5-2 or 3-4-2 or 4, he's always good and there to give the pass to Mbappe, or really to give a nice pass to Messi. And if you give a pass to Messi near the 18-meter box, there's a lot of chance he might score. So Hakimi is my pick. Now, once I did with that, I want to look a bit at the goalie. I need to make sure I have the goalkeeper playing at two different day. Elder is a bit doubtful, but anyways, for me, Ederson is doubtful, so I couldn't go with him. In the same time, I like really have a defender, like especially if it's Cancelo, and I like to have two middle field because I think they're gonna do a lot of noise this week. So with that being said, they have Mendy for sure. Clean sheet is quite easy, and also Madrid are due now to react. And Madrid away, they play very good. They did the clean sheet against Inter Milan, and also they have good defense. Don't worry about Real Madrid. They have good defense. As a team, they defend very well, and they will keep the ball, and they play very well on the road. And they are due to react, especially because they lost this game against Sheriff. So Courtois will be my first choice. And anyways, if it doesn't go well, I still have Mendy to cover. So that's the goalie. And for Chelsea, the situation is a bit different. Lukaku, I would probably go with Lukaku, but Lukaku a bit kind of a question mark. He didn't score for a while, not only because him, but I think the way how Chelsea play, it make him a bit isolated. Also, he had some muscle issue last game. I think he was, changed the second half. So there are a lot of things around him, and you have a lot of good premium forward. So there's no need really to take the risk. So in this case, I will mostly focus on the defense. I have Azpilicueta. He's nailed. I have no concern about him. He's gonna play. Either he's gonna play with the three defender, like central defender, which is good. At least he will have the 6 point. They have the potential to have the 6 point for the clean sheet. And I'm gonna go with Chilwell with the new defender, offensive player, sorry, offensive player. So I'm gonna go only with this 2 player. I could and Mendy. So I could really try to see something in the midfield, but I'm just really happy with this 3 midfield I have. And so mostly I'm gonna focus on the defense and the clean sheet. So this one is taken care of. Went with Chelsea, Manchester City, Bayern München, PSG. We did have nice fixture. I went with the goalie, with really solid goalie that they're known for to have clean sheet. And now I just still have 2 free spot. I'm gonna fill it with premium midfield. Salah, you never drop off Salah out of your lineup, because whenever I drop him off, I pay cash and I regret a lot. So Salah will be there, Fernandes will be there, and take Manchester United. It's a must-win game, and they are playing a team a bit that they don't really play defense. Atalanta, they don't play defense. So I feel like Fernando will have a lot of freedom. And Solskjaer, the Manchester United manager, he said like you need to change a bit. You need to change the best. I think he's going to be looking at giving Fernando more freedom to be a little bit close to the danger. I think that also that Greenwood won't be playing. I feel like Rashford will be tried this time. And with that being said, I think Fernandes and Rashford, they show a lot of chemistry with Cristiano Ronaldo. So there's a lot of potential for assist. And it's not Fernando until now, he still have the penalty. So I think that Fernando will have a really nice chance. So he's really my lineup. As you can see, it's a heavy lineup. It's about 124 million, but it's not really the most important thing. It's mostly they have nice fixture. So to summarize, if I do my chance for my own without the limitless, when I look at the lineup, the last minute, and most likely choose Foden and a defender from Manchester City if they are playing. Otherwise, I will go with Conde. I'm not planning to do the limitless, but if I do it, that's how it will look like. And the wild card, I will leave it for game 5, most likely, or game 6. So that is all for this video. I hope it was helpful for you guys. I will share some other information in the comment section about my previous video, about some of the site I use for prediction of the lineup. So please let me know what you think about both of my potential lineup. Let me know about your comment. Let me know any either suggestion. If you have any question, I will be very happy to answer. I check really very frequently if it is in a comment. And good luck. I think it's gonna be a very, very interesting game week, and it's very important to not panic. Number one, it's very important to do well, not panic and to do well, but it's mostly no panic. For example, for Rudiger, don't panic, wait a bit, he will play. Anyways, good luck and thank you so much for your time. Ciao.